Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg, and today we're going to be playing The Last Door Season 2. In Season 1 of The Last Door, well, actually, they'll probably give us a recap. I can't imagine they won't. It's a whole new season. You get a little bit of a recap, generally. I don't know, maybe not. But on Game of Thrones, you do. Yeah, so basically, you know, it's, there's some horror going on, and, we got, like, initiated into some cult, this cult of masks, and it's probably gonna get really weird. But there's not much else to say, so let's get into it. Aha. Previously on The Last Door. Jeremiah Devitt, alerted by the suicide and mysterious letter of his friend Anthony Beechworth, went in search for the memories of his past that he had lost. Devitt discovered that in school he had taken part in a strange experiment. Its goal was to peek through the veil, the thin line between common reality and the world of horror and madness that lies beyond, under the watch of the Eye of the Bird. During his search, he was inoculated with the drug they had used back then. The serum made Devitt's mind travel for a few hours to the dreamlike realm of the Veil. There he met his old classmate, Alexander Dupre, who urged Devitt to join his cause and cross with him to the realm of the Bird. When Devitt woke up from his trance, he found himself deeply convinced by his friend's words. He traveled to Dupre's house, where he discovered his friend had dosed himself with a new serum, leaving a catatonic body behind. This new drug was capable of transporting the mind permanently to the Veil and beyond. Finally, Devitt found a vial of the serum and had it injected. He met his friend again in the Veil, and together they walked through the last door, entering a world forbidden to human eyes. Devitt's therapist, Dr. John Wakefield, worried by his patient's disappearance and strange visions, had sought the help of his colleague, Professor Johann Kaufmann, an expert in the occult. Searching Anthony Beechworth's house, Wakefield and Kaufmann found a disturbing returned letter, in which Anthony had tried to warn Alexander Dupre of what could happen if the door was opened. He feared something from the other side might then come to ours. There you go. That's my best narrative previously on voice. They are coming. Oh, okay. Shit. Oh my gosh, you can edit the options already. It's incredible. In-game. In-game. Look at this, Season 2. I just always worry the sound is just blaring. Look at that, that's blaring! Okay, that's livable. Okay, we are some old lady in a room. None of us could prepare for this. Oh, okay, board up the windows, yeah. The visions screaming were merely a warning. And now it is too late. Getting real dark. Sun's getting real low. They are coming. Drums in the deep. Or is it in the dark? I always forget. Okay, I mean, we probably don't need to watch all of this. No disrespect to the developers and the publishers and all that, but I don't know. Like, put this shit, like, during the gameplay or something. Just have it, like, you know, sort of fade in and fade out while I'm playing the early parts. I mean, I won't pay attention, but here you're just letting me skip it, and so the names don't even pop up. I feel like that's worse. But anyways. Last night I had the nightmare again, but this time it was different. This time he talked to me. It was the same unknown street, void of any sound and life. I walked aimlessly, as if I were lost. Then I could hear it, the broken tromping on the wet cobblestones, the familiar sound of approaching limping footsteps. Crutch steps. Then, as before, he stood in front of me, gazing unrelentlessly, like he was expecting something. This time he spoke. Give me back what he took. Nothing else. Give me back what he took. No, I've fallen asleep again. What time is it? Dawn already. It is time. Horse clopping. Introductory music. It was several months since Kaufman and I had found that mysterious letter in Anthony Beechworth's house. A letter never sent, with a cryptic warning of what would happen if a certain door were opened. It bore only the name of the addressee, Alexander Dupre. We felt sure Dupre was key to finding my patient and friend, Jeremiah Devitt, who had disappeared in such strange circumstances. Troubled by the death of his friend Anthony, Devitt had visited the school of his childhood and had never been seen again. Kaufman soon conveyed to me his deep concerns and warned that I should conduct any investigations with the utmost discretion. He pursued his own research, though his thoughts and methods remained a secret. In his last letter, he requested that I visit East Hill Lunatic Asylum in London. There were reasons to believe that Alexander had been institutionalized there for many years. I was asked to confirm this hypothesis and, if it proved correct, to gather whatever other information might arise. Okay. Alright. East Hill. Season 2, Episode 1, The Playwright. So, this is East Hill Lunatic Asylum. I hope I can find information on Alexander Dupre here. Okay, so we're not playing as Devitt. That's a bummer. Good morning, boy. Will you give me a newspaper? Yes, sir, it's 6 pence. I'm afraid I don't have 6 pence. Can you make change for a shilling? I'm sorry, I can't, sir. But you know where to find me when you have the coins. What can you tell me about this building? The asylum? I've never been inside, and hope I never will. It's full of crazies, you know. Have you seen anything unusual around here? No, but maybe if you bought a newspaper. Goodbye, boy. Boy. Okay. Quiet cicada. I didn't know there was such a thing. A few cardboard sheets lie on the bench. Each shows a perfectly symmetric design in black ink. Please do not touch those seats, sir. Good morning. Yes, a lovely morning. Sunlight of a quite fascinating character. I beg your pardon? The light, it makes everything look different. You see, light touches things, soaks into them, and changes their nature. Makes them shimmer, makes them die. Do you live here in the hospital? I do indeed. My family is a generous benefactor to East Hill. They had me committed, but I don't blame them. They are just incapable of appreciating my art, or any art, for that matter. They mistake it for insanity. Uh-huh. What are you drawing there? I'm not just drawing, my friend. I'm trying to feel the light, to translate its power to the surface of the paper. Those animals don't like it, though. They don't want me to succeed, so they take them away. They take my drawings and they study them, and they laugh, because my eyes can see the light and theirs are blind. But someday everyone will understand. Who are they, the ones who take your art away? Those foolish caretakers. They hide behind a big mirror, where they think themselves safe, and they look at me, they observe me. They even take notes. You have some curious drawings right there beside you. Oh, you mean these? They're the only art that makes any sense here. The doctors use them to cajole some patients into revealing secret inner truths. I won't return them to the doctors until they've returned the art they've stolen from me. My name is Dr. Wakefield. I'm looking for a man who lived here some time ago. Would you happen to know one Alexander Dupre? Name does not ring a bell. I've not been here long, though. You should ask the other patients. They may be able to help you. Some have been here for many years. Or you could ask one of the others, the brutes who keep us here. Would you happen to know where your drawings are now? I suspect they are somewhere in the archive, since I've seen confiscated items taken there before. You seem different from the rest. Can I trust you? I've been trying to sneak in for days now, but Miss Riswell keeps a tight guard on the door. I even stole a key from one of those guards. You're a doctor. Surely you could gain entry. If you could recover my drawings, I would be so grateful. Here, take the key with you. I must go. Have a nice day. Okay. Large doors made of strong metal. This must lead to a secure ward of the hospital. Yoink. Nope, wrong door. Okay. Sure is quiet. Good morning, madam. My name is Dr. Wakefield. I'm a psychiatrist. Oh my, good morning. Forgive my manners. I get so excited when we have visitors. We don't get many these days, and certainly we are lacking experts like you. What do you mean you lack experts? Every year we get less funding from the Crown. First the doctors started to leave, then it was the caretakers. Now very few remain. But we have a responsibility to our poor patients, do we not? We must care for them. They cannot be out living with the proper people. We must keep ourselves safe, and our patients too, of course. I'm looking for a man who used to be a patient here a few years ago. His name is Alexander Dupre. Did you perchance ever meet him? Alexander Dupre. Yes, there was one with a foreign name. I remember something of him. A good man, if I recall correctly. An educated man. But there was something strange about him, wasn't there? I believe it scared some of the other patients. You never know with this lot. I'm sorry that I can't remember much. There have been so many people here. It's hard to keep track. Have you worked here for long? Yes, a long time. I can scarcely remember how many years. Time goes slowly in here, and the isolation. The rules don't allow us to leave. I don't know what is happening in the world anymore. But we have our duty, do we not? Who else will care for our patients? May I request access to the Institute's archives? There should be some information there about the man I'm looking for, Mr. Dupre. I'm sorry, Doctor, but the archives are private. We must not allow anyone to access them without the proper authority. Many of our patients come from good families, you see, and we take great care to respect their privacy. But do not look so crestfallen. You would not find much in any case. It is a long time since they have been organized. I'll be the judge of that. A bookshelf. These books are not volumes of psychiatry or medical sciences, but old serial novels for patients to read. Sorry, sir, the archive's off limits. You're dead, hag! A portrait of a severe-looking man, most probably the founder of the Institute. Great. An oil picture portraying Dimphna, patron saint of the psychiatrists, but also those who suffer neurological disorders and victims of incest. Why? Okay. She was killed by her own father, who chopped off her head after she... Oh, okay. After she refused to marry him when her mother died. Okay. Yeah, that's basically, yeah, that's sort of how, like, gods and goddesses go. It's just like, okay, well, let's give this guy this thing, and, oh, because he had this happen, he also gets this. Okay. Moving up. This must be the recreational wing, where patients relax and pass the time. Perhaps here I can find someone who met Alexander Dupre while he was institutionalized. Stone bust keeps the patients silent company. Marble bust of Hygeia, Greek goddess of physical and mental health. Wow, all health, all in one. A sunny beach lapped by the waves of a gentle sea. Cheerful pastoral scene. A man wearing a worn-out military uniform, lost in God knows what thoughts. Excuse me, sir, I cannot help but notice your uniform. Were you in the army? Leave me alone. You do not want to talk to a coward such as myself. Sir? Leave me alone. I am just a coward. Okay. Warm decoration of this room suggests a great deal of sensitivity to the patient's moral needs. A variety of old-fashioned landscapes that portray nature as tame and welcoming. Good morning, madam. My name is Wakefield. I'm looking for a former patient of this institution. You know, I don't know. Have you ever introduced yourself with only your last name? I've never done, like... I know some people in the world, supposedly, they're just known by their last name. That's what they get, like, called. That's never happened. Like, I don't know. I have a, I have an uncommon last name. So I guess if your last name's, like... Jones or something, maybe, but I don't know. It just seems so. My name is, and then you give your last name. I don't. The rumbling. She doesn't seem to have noticed me. Madam, if I may persist, have you been living here for long? The rumbling. I'm looking for a former patient of this hospital. You may have met him. An eyeless gaze. I'm looking for a man that you may have met. His name is Alexander Dupre. What a strong reaction upon hearing Mr. Dupre's name. She must have at least met him. How can I get her to talk to me? Or she's just insane. She likes smacking the table. Why? I don't know if it's exactly linked, but we know it's linked. It is odd that only this window is shuttered. The curtain casts a mottled shadow over this corner of the room. Good morning. I am a psychiatrist, Dr. Wakefield. Quite an impressive institution you have here. Can I ask for your assistance? I'm looking for a former patient of this institution. His name is Dupre. I'm sorry, sir. I've never heard that name before. Maybe one of your senior colleagues could know something about this former patient. Well, you could ask Miss Riswell in the entrance hall. She's been here for years, maybe for too long. You know, we caretakers live here with the patients, and we are not allowed to leave the asylum's premises. This life can get to you if you don't take proper care. I try to keep as much distance as possible from the lunatics. The asylum is quite big, but I can't help noticing there aren't many patients around. Well, apart from those in the isolation ward, it is true that there are not many patients at present, but there are even fewer of us caretakers now. We're only 3 for the whole hospital. For what I've been told, in the old times the income was enough to provide for everything we needed. Complete staff, proper accommodation for the patients, and the best doctors. But as the newer, bigger regional asylums were built, the Crown's support was gradually withdrawn from East Hill. Soon everyone started leaving. And this is what remains. Well, thank you, in any case. I will leave you to work in peace. Okay. Barge through this door. Well. Here's a thin piece of metal holding the window open. Oh my god! Window is closed abruptly. Glass jar full of transparent liquid that may or may not be water. There's a coin resting at the bottom. Yoink. Take that coin. Looks like a therapy log. Edward Rowan, 27, acute dementia. September 25th, 1891. Mr. Rowan's condition has degenerated since the last session. He is restless, as if the morphine had no effect on him. For the last week, he has been obsessive, troubled for reasons unknown. Okay. The patient's dosage has been doubled to no effect. September 29th. Dr. Weddle has been attacked and bitten in the face. 4 men were needed to subdue the patient, Mr. Rowan. 3 markings were found on his body upon examination. Self-harm is a possible cause. Yeah, only insane people go for the face, because that really seems like the least appealing place to bite somebody. You know, if pushed, I could bite somebody in, like, the arm or the leg, or, like, the hip. But the face, like, there's so many juicy things, and it's bones, and I don't know. October 3rd. Mr. Rowan is getting better day by day, both physically and mentally. His habits have changed considerably. He now shows an interest in religion, and spends his time murmuring prayers, albeit ones unknown to my colleagues and me. Let's see. Dark as the room is now, I can see through the false mirror. There's a man on the other side, heavily restrained, desperately trying to free himself. He has an expression of unbearable horror on his face. Okay, let's scratch this. Looks like a very expensive mirror. I'd rather not scratch it with the coin. Okay, can I try saying something? The answer is no. But we do have a flat piece of metal and a coin. There's a there's a great scene in an episode of Becker involving a flat piece of metal. If you've watched Becker, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe. I don't know. Alright, hit him over the head with a piece of metal. No, okay. Give him the coin. He'll remember it from his days in the war. I'd rather not bothering with trivial matters. Okay. Alright. Oh, wait, we have a coin for the newspaper, of course. No, not the piece of metal. Coin. I'd like newspaper. 6 pence, is it? Here. Thank you, sir. Newspaper. Of course, I don't get to read it. No, it's for somebody else. Let's see. It's gonna be for... Well, we'll just try it on everybody. Why, thank you kindly. How thoughtful you are. Oh, now she's reading and she won't notice. Shabang! Stupid old lady. This is the hospital archive where a record of each patient must be stored. If Mr. Dupre was really committed at East Hill, his files should be here somewhere. Portrait of restrained patient surrounded by caretakers and a doctor. It has been a long time since this desk was last used. It is covered in discarded papers and pens and a noticeable layer of dust. Drawers are all locked. Yoink. No. Okay. This cabinet contains many documents detailing the treatment of patients, ranging from 2 decades ago to last year. His file is right here. Dupre, Alexander, room 108A. All the files are missing. It is as if they had been torn out. Only a little piece of paper remains with an address written on it. Paul Street, 26. Could that be where Alexander Dupre lived before he was committed to this hospital? Paul Street. I should follow this new lead and see if it takes me somewhere useful. Aha, transition. I hope there's nothing else there. Okay. Oh. Okay, so I can leave. Okay. Let's see. All the dates of this cabinet are prior to 1870. I'm looking for a more recent file. A metal locker. A small sign reads seized objects. Key. Some personal effects, probably sent in by the patient's families, but deemed unsafe by the caretakers. One of them is a stack of thick sheets of paper, carelessly bound together, bearing the drawings and paintings of a troubled mind. Yoink. Okay, I think that's all she wrote. So let's go deliver these paintings to the mad guy, so he can jerk off with them, or I don't know, whatever crazy people do. Here, are these your drawings? Great wonder, they're back. Someday they will understand light and shape as I understand them. Thank you, friend. If you want, take these cardboard sheets. Thanks to you, I have no more need of them. Like, if this were like a regular RPG or something, you'd be like, oh, come on, for fuck's sake. Like, you know, cardboard sheets. But, you know these are going to be absolutely necessary to what we need to do. Alright, let's head off to Paul Street. This door is number 24. I'm looking for number 26. Well, it's got to be this one. Oh. Number 26 is the place I was looking for, but the door is bricked up. I must find another way to get in. Shimmy up the pole like Nathan Drake. Paul Street ends here at this corner. Windows are so thoroughly cemented over that it almost mixes with the facade. Okay, what about heading around back? The ruins of an old chapel, apparently destroyed by fire. Mess of wooden planks and the remains of benches and chairs. Uh-oh. There's someone on their knees, praying. Their face is covered by a hood. An improvised altar covered in candles. With this candle, I can light my way through the dark. And you don't mind? This person doesn't mind? Beat him over the head with a piece of metal. Give him the cards. Wooden cross remains almost intact. Oh, look at this. Looks like this hole leads to the building next door. Ominous music. Here we go. Dreadful music. Oh, God. This must be the interior of the bricked-up building I saw in the street. Mr. Dupre's former residence. Cannot tell who is depicted in the portrait since it is so badly damaged. It seems someone crushed it into the floor. The door is bricked up. See, now it seems like the music is too quiet, right? Before it was really freaking loud, but I think we can probably boost it. That's something. There's something among the ashes. There's a piece of paper. Looks like some kind of message, but there's only one half here. The paper has been carefully burnt. Military medal. There's a relief of Her Majesty the Queen and several pieces of metal engraved with the names of battles unknown to me. I'll take this with me. Maybe it'll mean something to one of Alexander's fellow patients in the hospital. Oh, I think it might. There's a piece of paper on the table. Oink. Paper shows some seemingly random letters. It seems as if half of it is missing. That's crazy. This is strange. I've put both halves back together, but some letters seem to be missing from the right half. The message does not make any kind of sense. Vidikirmej. I don't know what to do about that. One man in high-rank uniform. He's missing an arm. Few books remain in the shelf, mostly doubtful treatises in chemistry and alchemy. Among the titles are Trithemius's De Lapide Philosophico, Geber's De Inventione Veritatis, the anonymous work Turba Philosophorum, and Ludwig Prin's Mysteries of the Worm. Nice. Didn't Mysteries of the Worm from season 1? I don't know. A large metal safe. Looks like the safe is working fine. I should give it a try. Oh, of course. Well, of course. Does that mean anything when I do that? Okay. Yes, audio cues. Amazing. It is empty. Wait, this is not a safe, but an entrance to a passage. It is completely dark. The only way to know where it leads is by crawling in. Mathematic formula written fast and carelessly. Some of these symbols I've never seen before. A strange machine built out of wood, steel, and glass. I wonder what its function could be. And this. There's someone sitting here wearing a horrible mask and a yellow robe. He's not moving. It is only a yellow robe. There's no body inside at all. What could be the meaning of this? Sorry about that. Oh, shit's about to get real. I wonder what language that is. I'm getting the hell out of here, though. I mean, maybe I was supposed to do something with her. But seems kind of creepy. Well, we don't really have much here, but we can give the medal to the guy. And that's kind of about it, really. Maybe I can give the mask to the other crazy person. Here you go, dude. Reminds you of the war. This medal. I had just one like this. Got it after the battles of Lang's Neck and Majuba Hill in 1881. A decade ago now. For distinguished conduct in the field, it said. What a farce. So you were in the army, as I thought. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Wakefield. Sergeant William Conghill, Her Majesty's 6th Light Infantry. Are you another one of those alienists? Oh, I was hoping they would use the word alienist in this game. Do you doctors not realize that cowardice cannot be cured by your arts? Why are they keeping you here? The doctors say I suffer from a nervous disorder. I believe this is a term for when they themselves, with all their learning, do not know what to say. But I know the true name of my sickness. It is pure cowardice. I'm looking for a former patient of this hospital. You may have met him. His name is Alexander Dupre. Yes, I did know a man by that name. We met briefly. He was here when I arrived. What do you know about him? He was a proper lad, educated. He listened closely to the stories of the other inmates, but he kept his own to himself. He talked a lot. He was very close to Miss Con, too. I think they got here at the same time. But when he left, he did so alone. I wonder what has become of him since. Who is this Miss Con? She's a patient here, the lady with the tempestuous character. You may have encountered her already. She's not been the same since Mr. Dupre left, you know. She always sits to the side, alone and silent. I doubt you could talk to her at all, even if you tried. She sees things, or at least she thinks she does. What did you talk about, you and Mr. Dupre? We talked about my time in the south of Africa. I don't like to talk about that, but he somehow made me want to. He was very persuasive. He was very interested in one specific story, almost obsessive about it. He wanted to know every little detail. Could you tell me that story? I'm trying to find a patient of mine who has gone missing, and this could be my only hope of finding him. I don't like to relive those memories. A missing patient, you say? Alright, maybe my story will be of some use then. It happened during the Battle of Majuba Hill. I'm sure you've heard of it, in March of '81. The attack of the Boer army had taken us by surprise, and our regiment was forced to split up. We quickly found ourselves alone, just a few men lost on the barren plain. But I don't want to bore you. No, sir, you certainly aren't. Please continue. Flashback. As I said, we were few, and we were sure the enemy was lurking out there. In the cold air of dusk, a thick fog formed quickly, masking everything around us. We could barely see each other. Oh my god. Okay. Then the others started to disappear in the fog, which is getting thicker and thicker. Could still hear their footsteps for a while, then nothing. I called their names, and I couldn't read the rest of that sentence. For some reason, they would decided to... I felt something in there not far, a murmur, or a beating, something alive, waiting, so on and so forth. All of a sudden, my feet felt something in the mud. A body! They were all there. I'm sorry, I'm just not that fast. Then the mist cleared out. What had happened? I never knew for certain. I didn't see anything, or if I did, my mind refused to bear such memories. What happened to Captain Skid? When he finally regained consciousness, it was like someone else looked out at us through his eyes. I guess whatever happened affected him, changed him. I know he came back to London. Mr. Dupre asked me of his whereabouts. Maybe he tried to contact him to hear the rest of the story. He was quite preoccupied by it. Do you know where I can find Captain Skid? The last I heard from fellow veterans, he had lost himself to a frenzy of alcohol, opium, and bad company. His downward spiral led him, as many others, to a wretched nadir, a dirty hole deep in St. Giles' Rookery, known as the Crimson Nest. Mayhap you will find him there, alive even, if you are lucky. Here, this is a picture of our regiment. You can see him there. St. Giles, or Giles, or I don't know. Okay. And now what if I give the mask? Oh my god! Came over. Dude, why were you walking across? The face of the playwright. Well, that was interesting. That poor woman. They must have taken her to the isolation ward. Yes. Where? Oh, that's the secure place I can't get into. I don't think I can get in there anyways. Okay, over to St. Giles. This is the slum of St. Giles. The Crimson Nest shouldn't be far. This man, he looks like the man from my nightmares. He's blind in one eye. The empty socket glistens in the lamplight. He seems to want something from me. In my dream, the man had said, "Give me back what he took." Okay, the mask or the cards? Try the mask. Here you go. He looks to the mask for a second, only to stare at me again. "Give me back what he took," he had said in my nightmare. How about the cards? How about this flat piece of metal? How about this photograph? He doesn't look like anyone on this picture. I doubt it has ever been his. Give me back what he took. Paper? Paper? No. A candle? What the fuck do you want? I don't have what he wants. Okay, so I'm not done yet. That seems clear. Either I missed something back on Paul Street or whatever, or I've got to get into this secure area. Aha! Ho ho ho! Hello, my name is Wakefield. The butterfly is not what it seems. Excuse me, but what butterfly? There's more after the scarab. It looks like a fly, but is not. You want this mask? Do you want these cards? Is this the butterfly you talked about? It displays its wonderful colors, fills your eyes with awe, but this is only a show. Behind the veil, its body crawls on the dirty ground, hides in the darkness, and transforms. Another of its lies. Wow, that, word for word, that's what it says in my Tinder profile. So, what would this be? Its dark body creaks and rustles with its blind movements. Slowly, step by step, it gets closer and closer and closer and closer. What about this one? It will come, whatever you do. It will cry out loud, looking at you from everywhere at the same time. What about this one? Him. Him? His mask. My mate from the other room used to scream at night. Always told us he could feel something under his bed. A presence. An eyeless gaze. Like this? Just carry around this freaky mask. I don't know what the purpose of that was, but here we are. An old pendant on the dresser. It looks valuable. Yoink! Pawn that shit. Impressive painting of a lovely maiden. It is equipped with a fitting, magnificent frame. Mirror covered in dust. I wonder what things it has seen in this room. Could this be the room of the patient's mate, who was afraid of a presence under his bed? That's not going to be good. Doubt anyone has slept in this place in a long time. There's something written on the wall. One of them came last night. I knew what it actually was because of the sign it carried. The sign of the Eye. I killed it and hid it well. If more come, they will not find their friend, nor its eye. The door is bricked up. Why would they do such a thing? Window is sealed too. Almost no light can reach the room. But what if I light the candle on nothing? What if I put on the mask? What is the purpose of this room? Oh, it seems one of the tiles is loose. Are you crazy? Cannot get it out with my bare hands. It's too heavy. Oh, flat piece of metal. There's something there, half buried in the soil under the tile. Oh. It's a long dead bird, just feathers and bones. It looks like like it just died. But okay. It is holding something in its beak. Yes, a dirty and horribly deformed glass eye. Oh, that's what the guy wants. That's what he took. Yes, it all works out. Okay. Mournful music playing in my ear. Doors closed for good with bricks like they were pretending it never existed. They didn't even try to disguise it. Bunch of bricks, either construction is recent, not yet finished, or they were in a hurry to seal this room. Door is shut and locked. There's no way to open it. Okay, very clear about that. Alright, let's burn over to that crutch dude and give him this eye. You know, as one does. Bit of a slow process. You're welcome. This must be the Crimson Nest. I have heard of such places where people lose their minds to opium shipped from the Orient. I never thought I would set foot in one. Oh my god. An addict completely asleep. Man with a lost gaze, his mouth open. What is the matter, madam? My husband, he's unconscious. Please, dear, wake up. I'm a doctor. Please let me see him. I'm so sorry. He's not breathing. He has no pulse. Your husband passed away hours ago. No, 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 it can't be! Madam. I'm late. This time I couldn't save him. What do you mean this time? I discovered my husband's addiction to this hellish drug they call opium months ago. At first I thought he was sick, as I saw him grow thinner every day. Then I discovered he was visiting this place. I was very worried. I tried to dissuade him, but he wouldn't listen. The addiction was stronger than he was. At times he was away for days. I would come here and find him passed out. The only way I could wake him was to put these smelling salts under his nose. Now, it's too late. Here, take the vial. Maybe you will be in time to save another soul from this curse. Dankeschön. A woman looking at the roof with her eyes going white. She's muttering some ramblings. You need some of this vial? No, this is for special people only. The musician is intoxicated with the drug smoke that fills the air. The repeated arrangement gives a sensation that time flows slowly. Short-haired woman smoking without worry. Hello, I'm looking for a man who I believe frequents this establishment. A war veteran from the south of Africa called Skid. He's writing on a slate. Can you understand what I'm saying? He has written can't hear, so I suppose I should communicate with him by writing on the slate. Looking for Captain Skid. Don't know. He doesn't know the captain's name then. Okay, words are not enough. He's written something else. Object of value. What does he mean by that? Means he wants some bling. Oh. Oh. It is Captain Skid, no doubt. He is unconscious, but he still breathes. What's the matter? Who let you in? Get out! My name is Wakefield. I need to talk to you. Are you Captain Skid, Her Majesty's 6th Light Infantry? That title belongs to me no more. Who are you? What do you want from me? Leave me alone with my misery. A soldier that used to serve under your command told me I might find you here. William Conghill. Yes, I remember him. We served together. I've made many mistakes trying to forget those years of my life. Now I'm afraid those memories will follow me to my grave. I'm looking for information about a man called Alexander Dupre. I used to know a Dupre. He was not a man, but a fiend. What do you want with someone like him? There are certain secrets that are better left undisturbed. A patient of mine has disappeared. Alexander's the only one that may know his whereabouts. If it is true that Dupre is involved in your patient's disappearance, then I'm afraid the matter is out of my reach. Yours too. Now please leave me alone. Have you ever heard the name Jeremiah Devitt? I must find him. Devitt. No, I've not. I found your medal. It was in a house on Paul Street, door 26. You were there, right? You think you know what you are doing, but you cannot imagine what you are getting into. I'm asking you for the last time. Leave and forget this matter. I will not leave until I find the answers I am seeking. Tell me what I want to know. You fool. That's... for the devil's sake. Alright, if you want to ruin your life, you are free to do it. What really happened on Majuba Hill? Sergeant Conghill told me the story, but his details were confusing. I'll never be able to forget that day. Nobody knew what really happened. Command decided that we must have been ambushed. Now I know better. There was something in that fog. Something that did not like us entering its domain. A sentinel of some sort. That thing is what killed my soldiers. How did you meet Alexander Dupre? I was in the Veterans Hospital recovering from an illness unknown to the physicians. An ailment of the soul. Dupre managed to contact me there. He wanted to know my version of the story. What had happened to me in the Battle of Majuba Hill. Do you know why he was so interested in your story? I did not know immediately, but with time I realized. The truth about what had happened to me was important to his activities, as was I myself. But if you think he tricked me, you cannot be more wrong. I wanted to enter the dragon's mouth. I burned with a need to know. Inside that house I saw a machine still operating. What was that? A machine? I do not know what you're talking about. That was just one of many places used as a base for Alexander's activities. The only one whose location I was allowed to know. What was Mr. Dupre doing then? You really do not know, do you? Have you ever heard of the playwright? No. I do not want to know what that is. As I imagined, you know nothing. Dupre is not alone. He is but the peak of a pyramid, a vast group in which powerful people take part. A society acting in secret, ruled by a single sacred law. See that no one knows. I was part of it. Dupre himself recommended me. We gathered every month. What we saw, you cannot imagine. A curtain of normalcy protects the mind from something. An outer something. The fog of the veil protected us. But through the veil we could peek out into the abyss. We could know of the unspeakable shapes that writhed beyond. A black nothingness, entirely full of horrors. We could never cross the threshold. What we saw was forbidden. Look at me! Forbidden! I could not bear it anymore, so I ran. I ran and I hid from them. It was too late to run or to forget. I must go back to East Hill and try to talk to Miss Cone. If what the captain said is true, she must have been one of them. She could know where to find them. Oh my gosh, we gotta jet out of here. Uh-oh. This is where we die. I cannot do this anymore. I don't care, I just want us to be together. You know it is too hard. I don't feel free. I know, dear, I know. We will figure it out. How are you home so early? I knew all along. How could you? You know you never loved each other. Silence. You have no honor. And you, what do you have to say? Why, I've given you everything. You wouldn't understand. Enough. You will leave in the morning. I won't see you ever again. I'll wait for you at dawn under the old windmill, so you can try to recover what little honor you once had. I'll be there. Yeah, I was doing different. They all look the same to me. I don't know. I must have fainted. What is this? Where am I? Oh man. Matchbox. This could be useful. Okay, I'm just gonna do a walkthrough check. Just to see how far from the end of this episode I am. Oh, we're right towards the end. An old piece of furniture. There are marks in the dust on the floor. Looks like this chair has been moved recently. Shifting the chair revealed a small dark hole in the wall. Small hole in the wall. It's too dark to see inside. The match is too short. I cannot stretch my hand farther either to see what lies beyond the hole. That's a bummer. Cannot see outside clearly. The blanket on the bed. Taking a shred of this blanket. I swear I saw a pair of feet in there. Who is there? We have met before. I cannot see you. Who are you? Do you not recognize my voice? No, I'm sorry, I do not. Do you know what this place is? It is the starting point. The first place to look. But who are you? What are you doing there? Remember this. I will not be here forever. Darkness will light your way. Stay out of the light. Then I will disappear, and you will be alone in the end. I do not understand. Tell me who you are. I can hear breathing behind the wall. Door is shut for good. It has no knob, no keyhole even. Blanket is now ruined. I must take it with me. Cover up the light. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Devitt, is that you? Devitt! Oh my god. Scary noise. Tell me, why are you doing this? Is it because you care about your patients? Or out of scientific curiosity? Is it for your pride? Because it is your professional responsibility? Or is it because it is the right thing to do? Now we get to do a burly brawl, like in Matrix Reloaded. Why are you doing this? No, Devitt! It's alright, mein lieber Freund. How are you feeling? I don't know, it's like Italian or something. God damn it. I feel dizzy. What happened? Where are we? At my house. He's not Irish. God damn it. I'm terrible with accents. Screw it. I went to East Hill to meet you and you found you inside one of the cells, unconscious. Your clothes stenching of opium smoke. I had brought you here. You've been out for a day and a half. I think it's coming back to me. I was at one of these opium dens. I might have passed out after breathing that dense smoke. Listen, I have much to tell you. My investigation unearthed a great deal of new information. Alexander was indeed institutionalized in East Hill, but his files were missing. I managed to track down a man who knew him. He told me a story you would not believe, and there was this woman, a patient at the hospital. She was completely out of her mind. She attacked me. What is happening to these people, Kaufman? How is this Alexander related to Mr. Devitt? I think this patient, Miss Conn, might know how to find Alexander. We must go back there and talk to her, whatever it takes. I am afraid that will not be possible. What do you mean? Frau Kohn is no longer at East Hill. She escaped last night. God almighty. Do not worry, mein Freund. I think I may know where she is hiding. Get ready. We must leave promptly. Oh, okay. I thought it was done. They are coming. They are letting him in. Now that the door has been opened, they are coming. Oh, wow. Look at those effects. Holy shit. The playwright was created thanks to the generous support of players who participated in the crowdfunding campaign. Adventure continues in episode 2. Alrighty. There we have first episode of season 2 done. Pretty crazy stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much just a continuation. There's not a whole lot to say. Hopefully we get back to some Devitt stuff with the whole veil and the door and all that exciting stuff. But we definitely had a lot of insane babbling going on. That was always fun. But alright, my name is Mangg. Came watching has been The Last Door, Season 2, and I'll see you fine folks in the next part.